Good morning. You're still on to that Rainbow Television Channel 41 Warri Beaming Signals of Unity. And yes, we are taking you on speed, bringing you to another edition of Political Arena. Political Arena is an enlightenment platform program where we discuss and analyze issues in the political system or settings or situations in our country. And today we'll be looking at the pronouncement of the President Bola Tinubu saying subsidy is gone. With subsidy gone actually in our country, Nigeria, we'll be looking at the palliative measures put in place by government. My guest in the studio, closely seated to my left, I've got Comrade Tunde Okorodudu, APC Chieftain. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for inviting me.
And also in the studio, we've got Comrade Governor Ikpekeme Agbema Youth Council Secretary General. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you very much for having me here.
Let me go over to Comrade Tunde this morning. Let's look at the issue surrounding the subsidy removal, the generality of Nigerians. Yes. And this time they want to remove the subsidy so that Nigerians will have a fee of what basically. For you, what do you think? What are the issues? Let's look at the issues surrounding subsidy removal.
Well, thank you very much for this program and the opportunity to express the desire of our newly elected president, sworn in, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who, of course, subsidy was not created by him, but it's an issue that all the presidential candidates, Peter Obi, Kwankwanso, Atiku, and himself, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, agreed that subsidy is actually a rip-off. And in the budget that President Muhammadu Buhari completed before he exited out of office, they've already removed subsidy. It was not in the budget. Nobody's going to come in and run a government without utilizing the budget agreement. It was voted for by the House, both House of Reps and the Senate, combined House, so it's a law. Now, how do we handle subsidy? Instead of tricking people, saying it's going to end at the end of June, it's supposed to end at the end of this month anyway. But they took action on the 1st. You can see that those cabal you mentioned who are running the subsidy, they have no interest of Nigeria. They are not patriotic. They have no sense of patriotism. Otherwise, why will you stop something 1 month in advance? They've already bought enough fuel to last up till this end of this June. Yet, they decide to punish Nigerians. Just like how Emefiele tried to punish Nigeria. You see the outcome today. So subsidy is something that is necessary. The palliative issue that the outcome of the money for the subsidy will be distributed. And it's already started. You said the labor union is discussing. They're discussing how to increase wages so that it can, balance up the inflation that is being created now. Transportation costs, Okada, buses, and even going outside the state, it's all up there, and people cannot afford it. But there is a way to cushion this something gradually. It's not a process. In 2 weeks, the president has mounted the throne. He has done some decisions that shows that there's a direction with this administration. So let us give the president time to complete it. Labor union are negotiating for an amount. The council, they attempted a strike because they saw there's a room for discussion. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has opened his hand, and let's talk about this together. We all own Nigeria. We all must solve the problem. So I'm very positive about the direction the president is going. Thank you.
Okay, still talking on the issue of subsidy removal in our country, Nigeria. Are there challenges bedeviling the removal now that it has been removed? Do you see challenges towards effective sustainability plan of the removal? Let me go over to you, Comrade Governor.
Thank you very much. First and foremost, I want to say that subsidy removal is an brilliant idea, work that the president have done, because when I go through some of my research, what Nigerians have really lost in this subsidy is to say that the fact is more than bankrupt. It's purely more than bankrupt. And you know, you look at it, this subsidy was meant for Nigerians to be able to buy this fuel in a subsidized price. But the unfortunate that, you know, the cabals, look at even our neighboring countries, Cameroon and Benin. They, if at what even meant for the Nigerians, they will return it back to those neighboring countries, and those countries, if at with that, they will not sold it again for the people that are able to get it properly. Now look at even just this short period of time that this subsidy had been removed. Look at it, even the price now of these neighboring countries. The price of fuel too is now it has eaten up. So that is so that really indeed people were just making it as their farm, purely as a farm for them to make huge amount of money. Even the money that even just spent from 2009 to 2012 is more than what even Dangote refinery. In fact, he used even to build 3 refineries for this country.
That's correct.
So the step he has taken is a good one. But for me, what I would really urge him to do is that the step he has taken is good one. And people are maybe saying that he should have wait for having some modality before able to put it. Fine, but if he has wait, it might be misadvised. That is why he took that. He don't want to look anybody. He has done well on that. He should use that same virtue to able to set structures now on ground for him to able to, okay, this I've done now. What can I quickly do to able to reduce the hardship of the poor people? Because all these things happening is coming back to the masses, not the rich. But the rich, most time they have way out to can able to get their way out of all these things. But what the things, those things that he should able to quickly, drastically, we're not looking back to do and to monitor, not just to pronounce, not but most time the government will lack out to the way of following up. This I've said, how far is this gone? No matter how busy it may be. That is my advice for him, for you to, okay, you are putting this in place and how to follow it up and what I've said or what I've done, is it really happening the way it's supposed to be? So that is for me, the way that the president have to go. And in the aspect of even the labor, they are trying, but what my advice is that, this is a very brilliant one, and we all need to, no matter, there's no way you might want to take a good step that might not pass through some little hardship for a period of time, but how soon it can be resolved is a really matter that we have to look into. Okay. How soon?
Okay, that brings us to the next question on TV this morning, talking about the resolution of the issues concerning subsidy removal. And a number of Nigerians have said, is Nigeria truly ready for the knockout effects of subsidy removal? Let me go over to comrade Tunde.
Yes.
Nigeria as a country, were we prepared for the knockout effect of subsidy, or you think it was just a speedy or hasty decision and we're not ready for it?
Well, first of all, I want to commend Nigerians for people who know how to take shock. They have a strong shock absorbers. They are great people. Nigerians have tolerated. But you see, everything that goes up must come down. This problem has been going in circles, every president avoiding it. But President Bola Ahmed Tinubu have taken the bull by the horn. Yes, as we are talking right now, special committees, like my colleague here has mentioned, have been set up, including top leaders chairing this committee, to come up with a recommendation of, including labor, on how much should be disbursed out there. Money is going to come out, because the money going to subsidy have to be utilized. It's not like they're just throwing away subsidy without replacing it with some. We're talking about over 7 trillion naira annually. If you use that money in giving loan to students, which they are about to do now, by September, this month, 2 months from now, students can go and get loans and pay their tuition. a maximum of 150,000 annually are being granted to students, and that loan is going to be interest-free for the next 6 years. After they finish 4 years of education, they'll still have another 2 years for NYSC before they can start paying minimal amount of the loan, no interest included. That's one part of the subsidy to prepare the students. Now, the workers, they're going to increase their salary, obviously. 30% minimum wage goes nowhere. And be assured, elders between the age of 70 and up will be given some kind of subsidy similar to what Buhari's administration was trying to do, but it was not well planned and structured. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has hit the ground running. I mean, in 2 weeks, going the third week now, as we are talking, he's in France trying to negotiate how economic impact summit can be discussed globally and how it affects Nigeria. We are also a victim of the last COVID-19. That crippled a lot of companies, businesses, not just subsidy. We've gone through a lot of shocks. And I'm again proud of Nigerians for being able to survive it. They will survive this, and after this, no more suffering for Nigeria. Nigeria is about to climb a greater height. And by grace of God, we shall get there.
Okay, taking a look at the inevitable effects, inflationary effects or situations facing Nigeria with the removal of subsidy, what will you advise government to do to mitigate the effect?
Thank you very much. Yes. Now, the fuel price, even let me not comment even in the area of the fuel price now. Some as you know, every filling station maybe they are selling various prices. You know, indeed, it's not an idea. And the government need to properly set up an monetary committee to have not just to set it up, they will just go and relax, and people that maybe can take bribe, citizens that will take bribe and allow the marketers to sell whatever they want. No. This time, they should do in a way that people can able to easily lay a complaint. A common man can able to lay a complaint, and the complaint will be respected and carried out. Action to be taken in a period that okay, the price is 500. Any filling station that is selling more than that can be closed down. Even the license even can be withdrawn immediately. If 3, 4, 10, let me say 20 of filling station have sold down in, you know, on that offense, I know that a lot of the marketer would able to control themselves. Okay, let me not do what is not approved by the government. So that in fact price control is a major problem that this country has. Everybody buys what he like and sell out whatever price that will profit him, not in the interest that okay, let me do this to as a way of service. Everybody wants to make money at any given point at any given time. So my advice to the government that let them set up a committee of price control, not just only for.
If you've got any question on our topic of discussion, or you want to contribute to our topic of discussion, which has to do with subsidy removal and palliative measures, all you need to do is to give us a call via the number 08150374800. All you need to do is to give us a call 08150372800. It's a number you need to give a call to or send a message. Okay, let's go back to Comrade Governor with the discussion earlier.
Yeah, like I was saying that the government, especially the president, should be to set up a price control board that, you know, we have the federal, the state, and the local government structures that can able to monitor most of this price of this. If I'm not just only fuel alone, commodity too, because you know a lot of people, though that even is not using even fuel or whatever, they said okay, price, you know, the price of fuel is increased, and let me say this, no, fine. Even the transport does not control. Everybody do whatever thing he likes in this country. As you know, just buy, sell any amount. So that should be properly monitored so that we can, when government say, okay, this, it can be able to properly monitor to the latter, that everybody, the common man, can able to, okay, even at that, even though there's an increase, it should not be this at times 2. Immediately, what even you buy today now, just 10 naira. Tomorrow, when you get to the market, you will get it 20 naira. So on that, a board should be created to monitor the price of every commodity, even fuel. And my advice to the government to, like, the president is planning that by the end of this year, at least one of the refineries will be able to function, able to know it's a good one. But that should be speeding too, so that we can able to have a way we can able to properly work on this price control too, so that what even at times baffled me, what we have we take it back and bring it back, spending money that we know is not even necessary. So if we have even one refinery right now functioning now in this country, perfectly, it's going to reduce this tension that we don't get where we know a lot of people, in fact, able to get it. People that will be licensed for even know it will be able to reduce the tension we are facing every day in this country, and especially this price control should be looking to properly in this country. That's only when we can able to have where the common man too can able to, if you have a little money, can able to get something in the market. If not, if it's continue this way, everybody is going to do whatever he likes.
Okay, I would like to drag you back before I go over to Comrade Tunde. Taking a clue of the PIA law 2022 that was passed by the past administration, that has given rise to investors in the oil and gas sector, and where there is no longer price regiments, because it has also to be according to what you buy. Investors are now in the market, and NNPC has been bundled not to be the major or the main production importer of petroleum products. Do you think price regulatory system will work? Because if I get my product at a cheaper rate, I will sell at a cheaper rate. But if I get it at a very exorbitant price, I will sell at a... Do you think that will come to actually run in the stream of course, now that investors are striving? Licenses has even been on the way right now to be given to investors, and modular refinery will also be coming on stream. Dangote has already started, hoping to start production July. Do you think price regulatory system will work with all of this in place?
Yes, it will work to an extent, to a level that it's still managed. It can be managed. Why I said to a level, because now even the PIA that we are talking about, there's a lot of politics playing around the PIA process, because by the process that is supposed to go now in the various of every host community, as we speak, in fact, most of even the board have not even been set. Even the BOT, that the first step that is supposed to approve, to be given approval for them to start working to constitute the management board before the advisory. Nothing. Most of the host communities, the BOT is not even yet approved. Some have been approved, but majority have not. By the process, it has been from since last year. We supposed to start. By now, we should be even talking about that. The structure is run. The process is now. The system now should be working, but now up to now, it's not working. Yes, investors will come in. Now the system now is not even still running. How long? Because I'm still asking myself, how long? And the funny part, there are punishment offense that there are level that the first thing by the law, 1 month after the establishment of the BOT, they have just 1 month for them to constitute the management board. Thereafter, highest other 1 month for the advisory committee. But up till now, they have spent, in fact, going a year now, nothing that be done because of the politics that are playing around. And the funny part that some areas, the ZMOU that were working before, Chevron, really, some of the companies say that already we are transitioning to the PIA, less spending. And it's not up to that, is not what even the law said. it should, that GMO, who that was working with GMOU, should it be established until the PI is fully established. So that's why I said that they will say something, okay, this is what going to happen, but at the long run, they are not perfect. That's why I said monitoring processes.
Okay, we've got a caller. Good morning. Thank you for joining us on TV. Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
Okay, good morning. This is Pastor Festus Abutu, and I am calling from Warri.
Okay, thank you for joining us.
Okay. Good morning to everyone over there.
Good morning, sir.
I really want to lend my voice to this discussion that is ongoing this morning. Because I can discover that, you know, from the discussion, some persons are trying to agree and align with Tinubu, you know, for removing subsidy. And they are kind of trying to exonerate him from what is ongoing. The action that was taken as far as I'm concerned, Buhari only projected, you know, for subsidy for the month of June in this year 2023. But an incoming president as Tinubu is, right now, every power is vested on him to act as the president of Nigeria. And if you so look at it that this issue of subsidy removal will put a big bite and we take measures to a big suffering, we can vote the cost of military budget to the National Assembly such that a subsidy can also be budgeted for. And that will help Nigerians, you know, the things that are going through presently to be agitated. But they didn't do that. That goes to show that if you wanted to remove subsidy, well, that's not even my own form of contention. My form of contention is so much revelation has even come, you know, based on this issue of subsidy under the 8 years of President Buhari, that the subsidy in question is more of a fraud in time. Why? Because they said NFPC has an understanding with some persons outside Nigeria whom they give to which and they refine and they ship to Nigeria at a cost that they don't pay anything. Because that thing is that Buhari saying he made importation of EMS, which has been paid subsidy for, as a sole right of NFPC, that only NFPC can import on behalf of government. So if NFPC import EMS on behalf of government, and whose marketer is NFPC, I mean, whether government paying subsidy to, it's a big question to be answered. Again, many of those, like I said, have come out to say that NFPC, I mean, whether government is not paying subsidy to anybody. I expected this government to swing into action with further investigation to see to launch a good investigation into that. And let's even see if the economic like subsidy in place or this one being diverted for personal whatever you and because their government say they are paying subsidy to any marketer. So I do want to say because the palliative, no matter the palliative the government will put in place, and that will be able to alleviate this suffering because buying of wealth is something that's a constant factor. And again, it's just to buy everything. And again, once we increase wealth, relatively the price of everything will go up. So just bringing one palliative from one place and say you are paying 12,000 in one to somebody. How much? I just discovered that in a week I spent for 7,000 to buy food. So if I buy for 7,000 in a week, and you are bringing palliative for 20,000, how much? I mean, where would that help to reduce? If you are not able to, I mean, that is a good effect. So if by the revelation I've had from different angles, if federal government don't pay subsidy, this government should look into it and look at that angle very well. If they are not paying them, we should know they are not paying them. They should tell us the landing cost of health and how much we can buy, which I know will be less than 500 naira.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Pastor Festus from Warri. Thank you for your contribution. If you've got more questions or you want to contribute on our topic of discussion on subsidy removal and the palliative measures, all you need to do is to give us a call. 0810-0850-372800 is the number. Okay, let me go back to you, Comrade Governor, before coming today.
This is our first caller. You know, he make a point that said the NNPC, they have a common understanding with some foreign countries that they give them product, crude oil, and they refine. They are not collecting a dime. But is he aware that Nigeria, in fact, let me not even go far. The last money every month, Nigeria is spending 560 billion naira for just subsidy. Currently, before this year, before this June, that the president is elapsed, they do that is something else. If that is had been transparent, that we give them crude and really they refine, they have common understanding. But if that is really true, because it's not reflecting in their report and the money that are going out. Even when President Ahmed Tinubu made the NPT director, can you say that they are only 2.8 trillion naira outstanding now? We are having this debt now. So if we have that common understanding and that is really happening, why are we spending that huge amount of money? Just in a month, we are spending 560 billion naira per month for only subsidy.
Okay, we've got another call. I'll come back to you. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Good morning. Thank you for joining us on the Arrow TV. Can you reduce the volume of your TV set, please?
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
I'm calling for Wari.
Your name, please. Your name, please.
My name is Morrison.
Morrison, please, can you reduce the volume of your TV set? You can't be talking and listening or watching yourself. Okay, this is wishing that you call us back again. Remember the rules of calling in. You need to reduce the volume of your TV set or move away from your TV set because there will be an interaction with our course and our discussion on TV. We are looking at subsidy removal and the palliative measures. How far will it go for Nigerians? Let me come over to Comrade Tunde. Taking a look at the palliative measures that have been sought by government, $800 million loan from World Bank to cushion the effects of subsidy removal and also the provision of 100 CNG buses to ply the major routes. Do you think all of this, with the 800 million to be given to 50 million Nigerians, 10 million households, 5,000 naira for each family in 6 months, would that actually cushion the effect?
Every little bit counts. You see, half bread is better than none. The president has a lot of human feeling. He feels their pain. And, we have to sit down while all those little short-term measures on palliatives are being done. Long-term planning is going to come to effect. By the way, employment. If you are well employed and you are making good wages, you might not be thinking about subsidies that much. The atmosphere is changing. You see now Bill Gates flew into the country. Top billionaires are talking. President Tinubu is in France talking about global summit on economic impact. In fact, part of that impact might be a rewrite of our debt. We are owing billions of dollars in debt. If they can cut it into half, you can transfer some of that money that we're using in pay, servicing our debt every month into more money for subsidy,
okay, we'll
creating jobs.
Come back to you. We'll have a caller. Good morning. Thank you for joining us on TV. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining us on DRO TV. Can you move away from your TV set, please? For you to call in, remember you need to move away from your TV set, and remember you need to be brief and straight to your point of discussion. Okay, let me go back to you.
There's a lot of issue on the table, and the president is tackling them one by one. And at the speed he's going, we're going somewhere. I'm very happy that the labor union chose not to go on strike. By not going on strike, there's some hope. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, although we want to see the light before the end of the tunnel. That's what we're doing now. The president is going to come up with measures. On his arrival, watch, you will see things start falling into place. The vice president is now meeting with people that can bring money into the system. Bill Gates trying to invest some more money. Dangote is there. You are talking about the refineries. How do you bring down the price of fuel? If you don't have enough refinery working, when we didn't have even one like Dangote, they took advantage. Monopoly leads to corruption. They decided to sabotage. In fact, all those Nigerian refineries were sabotaged.
Yeah.
They were sabotaged by unknown faces, and they'll be fished out because this time there's a competition, and there's no the subsidy is no longer existing because of they want that subsidy in dollar so that they can transfer money outside the country and stack it in foreign land. They make sure that they pay even employees within the system to sabotage, make sure bolts are missing, things are not functioning well. But those are things that Nigerian cannot take that anymore. Anybody who commits offense now will be whisked off right away. You saw that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, even the EFCC chairman, who's supposed to be the one going after corruption, they got him. He's behind. You know, it's not a joke. You know, we need a president that has the boldness to act, and we have one. So I'm very proud of it.
Okay, let me go back to Comrade Governor this morning. Corruption has been a menace in our country for a number of years, and it has run through the facets of Nigeria's economy, almost in all aspects of areas of life. And taking consideration of the petroleum sector, which is not an exception, recently a report came that daily consumption has shifted to 66 million to 44 million, and a number of questions came up. How come there is a reduction? Is it that Nigerians are no longer utilizing consuming petrol, or there is a fair play? And also we had the issue of probe of $billion being stolen from production money, also petroleum. We see a number of concerns. What is the guarantee that the proceeds from the removal will be judiciously utilized, taking cognizance of the corruption elements running in the blood of a number of Nigerians?
Thank you very much. Yeah, corruption is something that have eaten the whole of the country. That even, you know, I might say, a child of 10 years, corruption has started running in his own vein in this country, to the level that corruption has really entered and hitting is, you know, every area, ravaged every area in the country. But good and fine. Now that, you know, I see that, you know, the president have taken some steps that make us to feel that, well, it can be reduced, even though maybe 10%, because it's not easy to even have a 10% in this country. That at least with the level that right now is going, and it's keep run on this for a year, I think that the corruption, you know, is going to reduce to at least 10% in this country, because it has ravaged every area, every sector in this country. Yes, in the area of this petrol, you know, corruption is dropping. Fine. Is one of the indications that fine, some foul play was going on the ground before, because what they are reporting, what they said coming, what is going out, you know, it's not the accurate figure. It's now becoming clearer that there was a business going on before. Now, fine too, some person, you know, was consuming it to the level because of its cost, can able to reduce it maybe by using maybe it for, let me say, 12, those that maybe for 100, maybe for, even those that for house consumption for the home, maybe you were honing it throughout the whole night if there's no light. Based on the cost, much okay, half of the hour, let me 6 hours, let's off it. Maybe for the important things, maybe you want to use some things, maybe your fridge, maybe it's not, there's no light, you want to maybe make sure that your fridge is cool, that you want to hone it to make sure that. So fine, there's a reduction of consumption too, we know, but that have not, you know, so that to this number that reduce can just reduce this period of time, because every home is still using the fuel as we speak. Even this cost, we are still using it. But there was a fair play and a corruption system, you know, there was a very corrupt system before, but now is gradually coming to, you know, and hoping that everybody can say that yes, this was wrong and is trying to regularize itself now. The system trying to regularize itself now. We pray that the president keep on doing the right thing so that we can able to see that for this period we have somebody that can able to take us to the level at this level for this poverty, for this corruption right now we are facing this country.
Okay, quickly to Comrade Tunde, a few seconds. When Nigerians are battling with the wake up of subsidy removal, information are filtering in that electricity tariff will be increased in July. And as if that is not enough, federal government has intimated Nigerians that they can no longer fund federal universities. How easily can Nigeria cope in all of these inevitable changes?
Let's tackle that issue of university funding. For example, do you know that even the corruption, like my colleague has said, that permeated through all realms of the country? How come a university where students are paying certain amount of tuition, and the end of the year you cannot find how much is left in their coffers, and government is subsidizing them? Now you're on your own. How are you going to steal the money of your salaries? The government said we will assist those needy students in granting them loans and maybe scholarship. And this is just the short-term measure. By the time this government is 2 years old in office, you will see other opportunities erupting. So the other question in reference to the production and subsidy itself, you see, electricity, yes, it might go up. But if you have enough light, it's better than me fueling my generator every day. Do you know how much I spend on generator? Every day I spend nothing less than 3,000-4,000 naira. Multiply into 30 days. That's a lot of money on my... the bed, then God is with us.
Okay, God is with us as we wish and hope for a better and a greater Nigeria where basic infrastructures and the needs of Nigerians will be met. We'd like to say big thanks to our guests today. We're sorry we can't take any more calls. We'd like to say big thanks to our guests. Closely seated to my left, God Comrade Tunde Okorodudu, an APC chieftain in the studio. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting us.
And also to Comrade Governor Ikwekeme Igbama Youth Council Secretary General. Thank you for being part of the discussion.
Thank you very much.
Excellency.
Thank you.
See, so we come your way again, same time next week, Monday. Remember, the program runs twice in a week, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10:05 a.m. Till I come your way again, Jennifer Orugbo is my name. Saying a big thanks to the crew. Our production is done by Johnson Obasije. We've got Mark Emebrado directing presentation. And also we've got Austin Omolu, the engineer on duty. Deborah behind the cameras and a host of others. We'd like to say thank you for doing perfectly well on production crew. Do well to join us again same time next week. Do stay tuned for more programs. Good morning.